Today we are here with the round of 128 match between, if I can actually find it, Tomatohung and Titi in the winner's bracket. The match will be starting in approximately 8 minutes. It is a 14 UTC match. But yeah, I think what I might try to do here is find some data on these two players from the round of 128. These two players did win their previous matches in the round of 128, hence why they're paired together in the winner's bracket. I shall also pull up the challenge just to make sure I get accurate information. And my internet is not cooperating with me, but that's fine. So, tomatohung and, well, yes, the other name that could be, I could probably get some interest in life, but Titi, whatever, I don't know. Pronounce it however you will. Tomatohung did win his match against DLS 1337 in a convincing 4-0 fashion. To be expected of our 13th seed. Meanwhile, Titi, who is our 52nd seed in this tournament, beating out Sparneth in the round of 128 4-2. So, very interested to see how Titi will fare against Tomatohung. Tomatohung definitely being one of the higher seeded players in this tournament. The loser of this match will be going against Moti in loser's bracket round 2, which will be played on the round of 32 pool. It actually appears both of the players are already in the lobby, so I think we will be starting with warm-ups very soon. Oh, and this is a good warm-up. Zetsubo no Fuki, the Abyssal difficulty. I actually wonder who picked this. I think if I read the chat correctly, Tomatohung. And this is a very pog warm-up. I enjoy this. I enjoy playing this map quite a lot. Very interesting patterns. It's actually probably one of my favorite maps, because you think Senya, you think of the Senya map, you think, like, I guess very consistently somewhat farm-based. Did this actually just happen? Are we not even going to see the warm-up because he failed already? That's unfortunate. I do want to see this warm-up played, which is sad. Cool. Also, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, this time both players taking no fail. This is a fun map. lots of back and forth patterns that will definitely trip up players, and very kind of also reading intensive. While we're here, I'm gonna try to find that these players' previous match results. Okay, so I'm gonna make a correction to myself, because after looking at the match results, it looked like Titi tomatohung didn't even play last week, because his opponent didn't show up to the match, so that was a win by default. But looking at Titi versus Sparnif, Titi did have a pretty good performance. I say pretty good. He at least FC'd La Campanella Hard Rock last week, albeit with a 91.8% accuracy. Did not do as great on the speed map last week, which was Mikasa. Overall, the match Titi had against Sparnif was a relatively close match, with the exception of, I think, on the tech maps, especially on Railgun Roulette. This is Titi actually full comboed it, I believe, with a 96.4% accuracy. So I'd like to see if Titi will play tech maps into a tomatohung. And again, there's no information on tomatohung's match performances aside from perhaps qualifiers. Because again, tomatohung didn't play at all last week. Yeah, as you can see, very reading intensive map. Not your typical Senya farm. And with that, the first warm-up has concluded. We're gonna come up with the second warm-up eventually. If there was something that, looking at this match history against Sparnif last round, I want to see if maybe tomatohung will try to play hidden into Titi, because Titi's hidden performance last round, albeit they played only one map, which I believe was not the AR8 map. Nevertheless, it wasn't a stellar performance from Titi. So this is something that I think I want to see tomatohung maybe try try to exploit. It looks like we might have some connection issues or something. Titi appears to not be responding. But you can just hear some more Zetsuko no Gucci. Which was in Touhou Tournament 2, by the way, so Michael, Touhou Tournament 3 win. Touhou Tournament 3 win. Ah. Okay, had to confirm from the stream, my thing's a little bit delayed, but our good old referee XPEC8, also our streamer, has informed me that TD had to restart the game, so we'll be back in the lobby momentarily. And he is returned. And he's gonna actually skip his warm-up. Probably because he just wants to save time. So yeah, we're gonna get into the roles now after TD skipping the warm-up. And he's gonna roll out a 62. We'll see if tomatohung practiced his rolls. And tomatohung, in fact, practiced his rolls. He comes out with a 92 roll. And tomatohung will have the first ban of this match. So the first ban instantly coming out from tomatohung being Hidden 2. So that is her name gone, the AR8 Hidden map. And we'll have to see what TD bans in response. And it's going to be double time 1 ban from Titi. So there goes one for all for one. These are, I think, becoming relatively common bans amongst all players. I've seen, at least the other match that I did commentate, these were the exact 2 bans. And it's going to be an instant no mod 1 pick from Titi. This is going to be Halloween of the Dead. So the no mod consistency map, the first map for this match. Yeah, so 4 minutes, 2 seconds long, coming in at 167 BPM. I think we don't actually have any information on how TD did on last week's No Mod 1 because it was actually banned by Sparnif last round. I should say last round, not last week. So yeah, so Nomad won on the slower side, and early accuracy drops from Titi is going to give tomatohung the early score advantage accuracy-wise. Oh, there's gonna be the break from tomatohung though, and it's gonna find some more chain misses there, so... Oh, this is a combo reset actually. Titi and tomatohung broke shortly thereafter. It's actually going to favor tomatohung slightly more just because of the accuracy advantage that tomatohung has over Titi. 97% compared to Titi's, I believe, 95. Oh, there's going to be another drop from Titi after that break, and that's not looking good right now. That being said, there's still 2/3 of the map left. If tomatohung breaks and Titi's able to hold combo, that score lead's not very large right now. Tomatohung's not entirely in the clear yet when it comes to securing this point. But this combo advantage that tomatohung has now over that slight over-aim, I believe, from Titi, it's gonna build up the score lead. Right now, 40,000 points, growing on to 50,000. And as we're just now passing halfway of the map. We get into some more jump sections of this map. There's now just over a quarter of the map left, and despite Titi building that 400 combo, it's being outdone by tomatohung, who's closing in on 700 combo right now. And both players are going to hit that stream and slider, so it's looking dire for Titi, and this might be a break point for the first map. It's only 100,000 point difference, but I think if tomatohung holds on any longer, this might be out of reach for Titi. Yeah, both players holding on, and there's less than an eighth of the map left. Even if tomatohung breaks now, there's not going to be any hope for Titi to come back. I think that break right after... I think that missed over-aim right after that spinner earlier on did cost Titi. tomatohung will finally break, but there's already a 100,000 point lead. There's not enough time for Titi to bring it back, and it's going to be the first point to tomatohung and the first break point of this match. And No Mod 4 is coming out from tomatohung. This is going to be Fighter Power. So, actually interested to see how this one's going to go, because last week, Titi actually did full combo Railgun Roulette, which I think was the tech map for last round. So, this is actually a really interesting pick, I think, from tomatohung. This could backfire against him, and it could just be a trade of breakpoints early on. That being said, I feel like tomatohung feels like he's probably going to be more consistent on this map, judging by Titi's performance. Did he disconnect from the lobby? So it looks like tomatohung might have disconnected from the lobby. So we're gonna get an MP abort here. It looks like tomatohung still hasn't rejoined the lobby quite yet. Oh, there he is. We have tomatohung is finally back in the lobby. And I think as we wait for both players to ready up again. So I guess in the meantime, yeah, again, I think this is a really interesting map to pick into TD. Because again, TD did full combo Railgun Roulette last week, and I believe that was the tech map. And also quite a long tech map coming. Client broke again. We're gonna get some more panic buttons going on. So we'll see if oh, that's okay. We'll just restart that client. We'll see if we can get tomatohung into we'll see if we can get some tomatohung gameplay. But right now we're just gonna see TD mostly play out this freer combo section of this map. Yeah, so I'm hoping this is actually, I think, something that I think this was something that might have happened in a different tournament earlier where the client didn't want to work. So who knows, maybe tomatohung, we'll get to see a glimpse of tomatohung's gameplay at the very end. But for the time being, we're just gonna see Titi currently full comboing this map with an impressive 99.4% accuracy. So again, I'm not sure if this was the best pick from tomatohung to put into this match. Yeah, again, it's quite an interesting pick from tomatohung because again, Titi, I did full combo Railgun Roulette last week, and these are very similar maps. That was a miss, unfortunately, from Titi on a double right after there. So he's gonna drop that full combo. about 2/3 of the way into the map with a third remaining, so unless tomatohung is either still F-ing or is holding a really solid combo right now. Again, we can't actually see because tourney client. Yeah, Titi recovering his combo a little bit. It did drop a little bit of accuracy from his previous 99.6, but he's on track to at least finish off the map with 600,000 points. We'll just have to see if tomatohung can do better or not. Yeah. Oh. Did he disconnect again? Oh, did he disconnect? Did he disconnect again? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is unfortunate. Yeah, we'll have to see what's going on here, but that's an unfortunate disconnect. Twice in a row now on this map. Regardless of what happened, because this was the second disconnect from tomatohung, I do believe at this point the map point has to go to Titi. So even if tomatohung was doing well, I think the second disconnect, there's never really any substantial evidence that he did play the map. So that's gonna be a double break point. But we'll have to get some more information and what to do from some higher ups. Yeah. So yeah, there's not really any substantial evidence that tomatohung played the map, based on some screenshots sent by Xpecade, who is also repping this match. So it is gonna have to be a 1-1, I believe. Oh, it looks like we might actually be replaying the map. And it seems that Titi is fine with replaying the map. So I think that's what's going to happen right now. tomatohung and Titi are going to replay No Mod 4. And we'll have to see if Titi can pull out as impressive or even better performance on this map than what we just saw. last time Titi finished with a 630,000 score. We're gonna panic this to see if the players are playing. And this time, I don't even think. Oh, welcome to client. Welcome to tourney client. Peppy client, Peppy client. The tourney client has broken, so we're gonna get a quick restart on that. Peppy spaghetti code. Interesting. Titi did type something in chat during the map. Tourney client, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Talk about stuffed maps. Apparently, I don't even know if the map even started. OSU is pogging? Yeah. It is pogging, alright. Not sure if I'll be able to continue playing if my internet keeps acting like this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just see how far it goes here. We're finally getting back into the map. As Bancho is loading. And I think we're finally into the map. And we're finally back. Titi and tomatohung, at long last, playing No Mod 4. So, into the relatively freer combo section of this map, and as we can already see, really early accuracy drops from tomatohung, and that's great. In the freer combo section, so it's going to be a really big score advantage over to Titi, and like I said earlier, kind of an interesting pick to play into Titi, who did again perform really well on Railgun Roulette last round. Bancho. Thank you for that. So we're back into it. And again, Titi holding on really strong into the first tech section of this map. Here we go. And we'll have to see if Titi is able to hold on to, or replicate his performance from his last playthrough of this map, as we're getting a lot of interesting banter connections from tomatohung. We do see a break from Titi though, so unfortunately not going to be replicating his earlier performance, I do believe, as he does drop on slider. tomatohung is holding that combo. Titi's going to drop again on the slider. This is looking grim for Titi. However, as I say that, tomatohung drops on a butt slider. Oh, and both players miss on the stream. That combo reset is going to favor Titi very slightly. That is a 20,000 score point lead right now for Titi. So not a very large score lead to work with. There is time for tomatohung to bring this back. Into some more freer combo sections of this map. Titi does not get caught off guard by those slider triples at the end. So again, just a very stagnant 10-20,000 score lead in favor of Titi right now. The accuracies of both players roughly the same, slightly worse the accuracy from tomatohung, but it's this section of the map that's going to make it or break it for Titi and tomatohung. The first break in this section is going to be the most crucial break, and it's going to be the most detrimental break, because this score lead it's only like 15,000 at this point. tomatohung is bringing his accuracy closer and closer to Titi right now, so very close between these players. We just have to hope there's not going to be any random misses from players, because any miss, there will be enough time. So if these players can hold on, and they do, and it's going to be a break point to Titi. And with that, it's going to be a 1-1 and a trade of break points for these two players. And an instant hidden one pick from Titi. This is going to be Nakimushi Girl on the Starstream difficulty. Something I didn't really expect Titi to go for at all, really, because this was hidden was something that Titi did not perform exceptionally well on last round against Sparnif. So I'm actually intrigued as to see how this one is going to go. It is kind of a hidden aim map, with a few streams scattered about, but it's also an older style map because it is a Starstream difficulty, and Starstream maps do tend to be from the earlier ages of Ults. I think this one may be a 2013 map. However, tomatohung is going to find the first miss on a square. That early break probably will not matter too much. I'll have to see if that's Bancho, but I don't think that's Bancho. Those are actual misses from Titi on a burst there, so score lead in favor of tomatohung. And yeah, right now, tomatohung looking a bit more comfortable on this map and just playing hidden in general against Titi. Again, questioning whether maybe Titi thinking tomatohung banned out hidden 2 was his reasoning behind picking this map, because hidden 2 and hidden 1 are very different maps, and he's going to over-aim a burst and he's going to miss again, so huge combo lead right now in favor of tomatohung. We're getting a lot of banjo lag from tomatohung though. Oh, yeah, that's not banjo. Tomatohung is going to break there, but this is over 100,000 point lead right now for tomatohung. There is less than a quarter of the map left. I don't actually think there's going to be enough time for Titi to bring it back, and after those breaks, it's not. The banjo is slightly desynced right now. And I think at this point the map is already over. I think tomatohung did give himself an adequate enough of a score advantage to give him the point. And it's gonna be another break point in this match. So yeah, double break points so far. So I have to see what tomatohung is gonna pick next. Looks like we might be having some more connection problems from tomatohung. So, while we're waiting, I guess I'll go into a little bit of speculation, although, so, tomatohung did win on both of, like, the aim-heavy maps. That being said, there aren't that many aim-heavy maps left in the pool. The only map I can really think of that would maybe favor tomatohung would be Hard Rock 2. the CS 6.5 Michael Jackson map, but I mean, just from what we've seen, it's looking like that might be tomatohung's best option, really. Of course, we'll have to see whether he is able to connect, because unfortunately his internet might still be cutting out on him. Oh, he's finally back. Hard Rock 1 is going to be the pick from tomatohung, and it's going to be Laplace. So, low BPM finger control map. Stalling Resident Sleeper? Oh dear. I hope not. It's actually looking like his internet might be problematic today. Very short map. And oh, it seems he's disconnected from the lobby again. Oh, it's looking like, yeah, his connection seems to really be dying on him right now. He's trying to get some re-invites to the lobby, and there we go, he's finally back in. Looks like we might be playing this match out after all. So, while we're waiting, Laplace, this is a 155 BPM map. Kind of finger control heavy with some lower BPM bursts. It is also a bit on the higher end of the CS spectrum. It's not your typical CS 5.2. I believe it is CS 5.59. Yeah, so CS 5.59, a little bit on the smaller end of the scale. Not quite CS 6.5 levels, but definitely a little bit smaller than I think people would probably expect as we get into the map. I'm not expecting the best of accuracies on this map, to be honest. Low BPM Hard Rock is going to be difficult for a lot of these players. And as we can already tell, 77% from accuracy, 77% from Titi, 81% from tomatohung. So, again, very... This is probably more or less going to be a combo map, unless both of these players do manage to FC. And right now, both of these players are still FCing. It's just the accuracy advantage right now that tomatohung has. Oh, but there is a break from tomatohung though, and that's not looking good. This is a very short map. We're already halfway through. Another break from tomatohung, and Titi's going to be able to really stretch out this combo lead and the score lead. And there's only a third of the map left. There's only about 100 combo left in the map. I don't think there would be enough time for tomatohung to bring it back. 3,200,000 points in favor of Titi, and I think it's going to be it. It's going to be yet another break point. Because there's literally, quite literally, no map left. And that's going to be it. It's going to be the full combo from Titi. And it's going to be a break point. We're going to get an 80.5% FC from Titi, but it's good enough to get him the point. And it's going to be a quick no-mod 2 pick from Titi. This is going to be Adolescence on the another difficulty. Yeah. Oh, is this? Bruh. I think this VC is destined to have me in voice activity only. My push-to-talk protections don't save me. Actually, a very early break from Titi on this map. I don't think that's gonna matter at all. I think he probably missed on like a reverse slider really early on. So that being said, again, very early combo advantage. Well, I say very early, very slight combo advantage, but the accuracy advantage for tomatohung is what's really giving him this early score lead. Both players hitting that stream. That being said, very slight advantage right now for tomatohung, but I'm expecting both of these players to hold on to their combos until the last quarter of the map, really. That's when the streams really do start to pick up. This is 190 BPM, so it's definitely on a little bit of the faster end of the spectrum for some of these players, perhaps. There's also a little bit of a finger control section coming up that's tripped up a lot of players right here, and it tripped up tomatohung quite a bit, dropping a few 50s, and that accuracy advantage will go back in favor of Titi. We'll have to see if they can hold on to this, and Titi's gonna actually find a break really bad for him. This is part of the map where we do see players tend to break more, and tomatohung still holding on to that full combo. And it's going to be it. It's going to be a full combo for tomatohung. It's going to be another break point. This match so far has only been break points. And it's going to be match point now for tomatohung. This match so far has only been break points, and Double Time 2 going to be tomatohung's final pick. This is going to be Dancing Dolls, Red Alice remix. So 263 BPM burst map. We'll have to see if Titi can actually force a tiebreaker off of this. This is the very last pick of this match. If tomatohung wins this, he's gonna advance in the winner's bracket to the round of 32. Titi will go against Multi in losers round 2. If Titi is able to win this, he's going to force tiebreaker. I do not believe anybody has won their own pick. I think it's only been breakpoints so far this match. Into the potentially final map. The potential final map of this match. Dancing Dolls, tomatohung with the 3-2 advantage off of 3 breakpoints. Currently +1 in breakpoints, as TD also claimed 2 breakpoints of his own. And early accuracy advantage right now for tomatohung with, I believe, a 98.8 compared to the 92 from TD. But we'll have to see how well these players can hold. It's a 2-minute 12-second map, but 263 BPM, and early drops from tomatohung on these bursts. TD's gonna trade right after, and again, that's gonna favor tomatohung because that accuracy from tomatohung is much better than what TD has to offer. Hello there, Void. I am in fact a commentator for this. I'm really hoping that the match I have to commentate after this for a different tournament is actually getting streamed, because it is the Grand Finals bracket reset, and there's no streamer for it right now. Yeah, the early accuracy advantage right now, highly favoring tomatohung. With a roughly 80,000 point score advantage, tomatohung is really going to need to break, and TD is going to need to hold. And if this match is going to be another breakpoint, and TD's hope of forcing the tiebreaker, but that drop is going to do it. That break from TD, I think, is going to seal the deal, and tomatohung will finally win one of his own picks. And quite literally, this is the only map so far that a player has won their own pick, and this is going to be it. Yet another drop from TD. tomatohung holding on well into the last portions of the map, getting some sad early breaks, but in the end, it's not going to matter. It's going to be a 4-2 victory for tomatohung, and he's going to advance in the winner's bracket, the winner's round of 32. TD will drop down into the loser's bracket and face off against Multi. So yeah, despite some earlier issues on into this match with some connections, tomatohung is able to pull through with a 4-2 victory. Very well fought from TD, I mean, this match was mostly just breakpoints, except for this very last map, where tomatohung was able to close it out. So, with that being said, I don't know if there are any other matches that are being streamed today in particular. But if there are, maybe? I don't know. I think this might be the only match for today. I'll need confirmation from Stan or Expecade about that. But yeah, tomatohung moving on into the winner's round of 32. Off a relatively solid 4-2 victory. A little bit of an interesting sequence of events in these maps. And yeah, I think Stan says this is probably the only streamed match for today, so with that, thank you again for watching, and I guess the next set of streamed matches will probably be closer to this weekend, so until then, Please enjoy game.